What the heck? Oh. Yeah, I was wondering how the refrigerator was powered. But that kind of makes sense. You see, blue crystals have, like, just some innate power that they have. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of nuclear fallout crystal, like I've said before. But, let's see. Can I return to the Ant Kingdom? Yes, I can. Alright, probably not the best idea to do because I'd have to go through the area again, but... Oh, what are you doing here? Huh? Is that the rubber prison? Okay, yeah, I can deal with that. But I do want to show some other part of the game. I might as well explain Chapter 2 now. Chapter 2, if I remember correctly, you go to... Queen tells you, oh, we found that it might be hidden in some certain place. Also, there's an item hidden somewhere here. Or it might just be this little thing that gives us music and it plays. Like this song, and you'll hear, oh, I don't have any money. That's probably something that I should fix at some point. But alright, so the queen tells you, hey, it's time. Hey, it's time to go to the golden something? Golden Fields? Golden Sanctuary? Either way, a little farming community. And she's like, somewhere in the farming community, past the farming community, there's like this big plant thing, and it's probably hidden somewhere there. The plant thing's called Venus, and that's the little flower bud at like the beginning where I healed. That's one of her flower buds, or flowers that kind of show up. That's the farthest she can go, apparently. Whatever. But you get to the golden settlement. That's what it's called. You get there, and there's the good old fun festival going on. You have to collect some stuff for the festival. You beat a mini game and another thing. I don't remember what exactly. And then you get to fight the person who's leading the festival, and that's really fun. And then you get through... there was a lot of other story points that happened there. I don't really remember. Man, I suck. Oh yeah, during the festival, you gain Vi's ability to... She has the ability to throw out her boomerang, but during the festival, you throw out her boomerang and her beamerang, or ADP-BP. I don't remember what the acronym actually stands for, but that's what the thing is called. Throw it out, and you can hold it in place, and that can spin cranks. But yeah, random start. That's a weird one. Definitely a weird one. I might equip that just for fun. But those are the kind of badges that could be detrimental to your big thing. Also, antlion jaws. What are these? Boom! Perfect. I have big ideas on how to use Vi more now. During boss battles, she can do big damage, if I remember correctly, specifically with that kind of stuff. Either way, Chapter 2, you can hold out Vi's thing in place now, and that helps. That's something required to actually continue in the game, so earlier you couldn't do that, and you're like, well, how do I open up this windmill? And then you figure it out. Also, that wasn't there in the beginning of the game, the arcade place. Spoiler alert. yeah, that's all, really kind of all that happens in Chapter 2, now that I think about it. You get a new ability. Also, you get through the kind of flowery forest area thing. The whole... Do I have another lore book? No, I don't. Okay. I might have some new discoveries, though, so I might as well go deal with those. Either way, get through the flower garden, and you fight Venus, or rather, a scion of Venus. A big sunflower monster, really. It's pretty cool. Very fun. I like that chapter. And even though I don't remember some of the story points, I'm pretty sure there were some actual major story points that I just don't remember because everything kind of just gets jumbled after the first story, because the first chapter, because I feel like the first chapter is just a really good first chapter, if I'm honest. I just really like that chapter. Yes, I'd like to go to Rubber Prison. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I still have to get through a bunch of this area before I can get back there, but I got some new things. Yeah. 50. Oh, right, I upgraded it again. Fudge, what was I gonna say? Yeah, chapter 2 kind of goes by. You'd probably enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this whole game in general. But beside that, there's not much I can equip. I'll worry about it later. Yeah, chapter 2 kind of goes by, and then chapter 3, you're searching for yet another ancient fragment of the thing. Oh yeah, you get the ancient tablet at the end of chapter 2, which is a thing. Indeed. Oh my gosh. No. Fly! Fly, Vi! Yeah, get the thing you're searching for, and you get to chapter 3. Chapter 3, you're going to the Bee Kingdom. Bee Kingdom, where Vi is from, and this is where another major plot point comes by. Vi doesn't want to go back to the kingdom because she like wasn't supposed to become an adventurer, because bees aren't supposed to. They're supposed to work in the factory to make honey and stuff. Can I... Oh my god. This is dumb. I don't have any money anyway, so I'm just gonna flee again. Just please let me go through. Oh my god. Fine, I'll fight it. Yeah, Vi doesn't want to go back to the Bee Kingdom because, well, she like didn't get approval from the Queen, being like, hey, I want to go be an adventurer, and the Queen's like, no, don't. And then her sister is also like, adventuring's stupid, but Vi also insults her sister's art because she's an artist. Draws like a weevil. A weevil is an enemy, which is probably a big insult. I feel on the same page as Leaf at that point, because he's like, it must be a new insult. But yeah. Aren't weevils actual bugs? I don't know, bugs. Pretty sure they're actual bugs. Most things in this game are just actual bugs, except for that thing. It's a Deadlander. Who knows what that means? But yeah, you have to traverse through the sandbox desert, really nice, to get to the desert outpost, which I think is called the Defiant Root. Defiant Root was also where Kabu stayed for a bit before getting to the Ant Kingdom. And you meet with Mayor, and Mayor's like, oh yeah, sure, do the thing. And you're like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do a thing for you, Mayor. I don't remember what that was, or if that actually happened. Maybe that was later. I don't know. I'm not good at remembering things anymore. This is not... Yeah, it didn't do no damage. Yeah, I'm gonna just do a lot of yeah-ums because I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remind myself what I was saying, and I'm not really good at that. So you get through Defiant Route, and you're like, wow, this was a desert outpost. It was a neat area. It becomes a little bit more of a thing in the next chapter because you actually have to find out what things are, where you're supposed to go, and then Defiant Route becomes like a hub for finding out that information. But you get up to the Beehive, which is in a tree, and there's like a wooden elevator that somehow they managed to think up of, but they're not as advanced as like the termites, because the termites have like a submarine? I don't know. Also, there was an ancient civilization that happened after the Awakening Day called the Cockroaches, and apparently their civilization was like really advanced, but then it stopped being advanced because something happened to them. We don't know what that is. But yeah, termites also have kind of like the same level of advanced civilization, but the rest of the bugs just kind of don't have that kind of advanced stuff. But the bees have a whole factory, but they can't think of like other things. Really weird. Beside the point. Get to the bees, and Vi's like, I don't really want to be here. And you get to the factory, and like the factory manager is like, Vi, you should have been here. Well, like, yeah, and it's like, well, I don't want to be here because I want to be an adventurer. You keep teasing me about being an adventurer, and it's like, well, it's too bad, kid. And then, well, Vi saves the factory manager's life, and the factory manager's is like, well, it saved my life, I guess I can't be too mad. And Vi's like, yeah, get it. And then Vi in general is just full of spunk. Just at everyone's throats, really. She wants to fight, and it's very apparent. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to do with she can't really do a lot of damage. Sure, her can tell us. Nope, that also just does nothing. Okay. Yeah, this thing is actually a thing that I don't want to fight. Not really. It has what, 2 defense? That's stupid. Yeah, you have to do more of the factory. Also in the factory, Leaf gets a new ability of Bubble Shield, where he protects you from damage, and you can just kind of walk through enemies with that, which is... I could have been using that. Huh. I'm dumb. Though it might have not worked the way I wanted it to, so... whatever. So, you get through more of the factory, save a couple of more lives, and then you get to the main reason why you're at the Bee Kingdom at all is because they are using half of the ancient key to power their factory. And you have to make a replacement for it, and that gets replaced. You get the ancient key, and then a big bee robot attacks you. You don't know where this came from, you find out later that you're pretty sure the wasps sent it. Or, the wasps caused a lockdown. I forgot to mention the lockdown. The lockdown happens immediately when you enter the factory, because of the wasps, I assume. The wasps are mean. They have a wasp king, and he's apparently like brainwashed everyone, because the wasp queen is like, hey, yo, what happened to my kingdom? We don't know. The Wasp King took over, and he's like, I'm going to rule the world with the ancient sapling, which is why the ancient artifacts are collected. I keep forgetting that don't mention some specific parts of the story. You're collecting ancient artifacts because the queen wants Ant Queen wants the ancient sapling, or everlasting sapling, which you find out later to like help her mom, who was the original Ant Queen, but then she was like dying, and so the current Ant Queen is like, well, I guess I'll take the mantle, but I don't really want to because I'm a bad person. She's not really a bad person, she doesn't believe in herself, and then we get her to believe in herself, and, well, it gets better. Then, back to the bee factory, you beat up the bee robot, which was a stupid fight because it was so difficult. Hard mode, why? Why did I do this to myself? I could be having an easier, funner time, but hard mode did get me some badges that I did like. So I can't complain too much. I can still complain though, don't get me wrong. Either way, do that, get to chapter 4, where Defiant Root becomes more of a thing because you have to ask the mayor, hey, where's this other half the key? I was like, I don't know, oh yeah, there's like that weird sandcastle somewhere deep in the ground, but you can't get to it because the roaches build it, and the roaches are like gone. So you have to find some keys to make the sandcastle come out of the ground. Probably a nod to the original Paper Mario, where you have to find a heart crystal or something. Just a crystal. It's just a crystal. It's not a heart crystal. Just a crystal. And get that thing out of the ground. Get the sand pyramid out of the ground. Or the tomb out of the ground in the dry desert, because you get Star Rescue. I'm saying things right. Don't get me. Yep. Quality commentary. So yeah, you collect one of them. It's somewhere. Oh yeah, in some ruins in the Sandbox Desert. Oof. But then there's also a second key to make a full key. It's Earth part, Heaven part. It's kind of just too lengthened the chapter. It was a good chapter, don't get me wrong, but you get to. There's this person in a well that tells you, hey, the next part is in the southwest or southeast region of the desert. You gotta go there. He's really sketchy. You go anywhere, go there anyway because you, well, kind of need that thing. What you find out is that guy was a bandit, and you get trapped in the bandit zone. Oh wait, shoot, I wasn't gonna do any damage anyway. You get trapped in the bandit hideout. Oh god. No. Please no. Hurricane toss? Needle toss? Needle toss? You get trapped in the bandit hideout, and they're like, well, we're gonna steal all your crap. And, you do, like, a cool sneaking part. Really liked it. Like, some things just have to have more sneaking parts, I feel, because I do like my sneaks. But you get through the sneaks. I'm very good at explaining things. You sneak through the bandit hideout, you get your stuff back, and then you beat up the bandit boy, or bandit man, bandit captain. His name is like Epistopheles, or something like that. And he's like, well, you beat me fair and square, I guess I'll let you go, but don't come back here. I'll kill you. Do come back there because you have to do some side quests. Well, you don't have to do any of the side quests. The side missions are just fun. Fun put in. Also, 2 of them, as far as I know, give you a bunch of character backstory. Really good. And then there's, I'm gonna assume a 3rd one for Kabu because it's Vi's request, Leaf's request. Kabu's gotta have a request somewhere. I don't know. I haven't got him that. I don't know where it is. But yeah. Oh yeah, that does 0 damage. Yeah. Oh no, I don't have a Healy thing. I'm gonna die. Oh, I can totally do this. No, I can't. Shoot. I don't want to waste this, but I probably do. Have to. Or I could just move relay to Kabu, so we can do more. Yeah, anyway, you get through Bandit Hideout. Shoot. Dang it. Where did I save? I don't remember. Oh, I saved here. Well, I got badges that I don't think I'm gonna really use, so might as well just continue. Whatever. But yeah, you get through the bandit outpost, and then you are going to be starting to... Oh, these boys. They're not... Do they do... No? Why am I... Do I not have Bug Me on? Bug Me Not on? I should probably put that on. I don't want to fight these things, not really. Oh yeah, they do. They have defense against ice. Yeah, you get through... These are some of the enemies you find in the... Oh no. You find in good old sand castle thing that comes out of the ground. And you... So you get to the sand ruins, sand castle. Pops out of the ground when you put the weird heaven earth key thing in, and you get through the area. There's some cool puzzles, and then you fight, well, kind of obviously a mummy at the end, which all the bosses were really difficult because I did hard mode through all of them also. And then you get the other half of the ancient key, at which point you get back to the Ant Kingdom, and the Ant Kingdom is being attacked by the Wasps, and the Wasp King is like, I'm gonna steal your half of the ancient key! And he does. And then he escapes to his own kingdom, where Chapter 5 will take place. And I'll explain that later, because first I want to go on a tangent of a side quest that I did earlier in the game. This side quest, one of the other explorers asks for your help, and you're like, oh yeah, sure, I can help you, dude. No problem. Yes, problem, because, well, there's this person who puts up requests in the the missions that the side missions that you do. He puts in a request, and every time he puts in this request, the explorer disappears, because this man, Monsieur Scarlet, is like, hey, I'm just gonna beat some boys up whenever they come up here. And you get to the point, and you're like, oh, this is this Monsieur Scarlet, and he's a little jerk. This was one of the most difficult fights I've had to do ever, because he has the ability of healing himself whenever he hits. He has a natural lifesteal ability, and he also just did more damage because I was on hard mode, which was, well, not fun. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, that was a difficult fight, and I spent a lot of time on that one. And I kept getting him to, like, very little health, but I wasn't doing it that consistently, so it was a problem. And I spent a good hour, probably, on that fight alone, because it was just difficult. But it was a very neat fight, A lot of like the secret bosses or just optional bosses are very good, well done. Let me say, because they have each one of them has their own gimmick. For example, there's, oh my gosh, can I not jump on this thing? Why not? Do I have to like fly over to it? No. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Maybe I can do this, and then this, and then this, and then fly over to this. That's probably not the exact way you're supposed to solve that, but it's my way.